and welcome back to Conquer Crochet. My name is Karen Stangram, and in this video we're going to be talking all about mindful blankets. So as you might guess from the title, Mindful Blankets, it is a blanket that helps you to be mindful, be present in the moment. So you could argue that any crochet is mindful because of the repetitiveness of the stitches, losing yourself in the pattern, concentrating on one thing, not letting your mind wander and worry about other things. But for me, my mindful blankets are very much about keeping it as simple as possible. So when I say keeping it as simple as possible, I really like to just pick one stitch. A really simple repetitive stitch, maybe a 1 or 2 row repeated pattern, something that if the doorbell goes and I have to put it down, I can go and answer the door and I haven't got to figure out where I am in the pattern. If I put it down for a week and come back to it, I know exactly what I'm doing. It needs to be that simple. So you really can do this with any stitch. This one here is one that I made using a variegated yarn, so I didn't even have to change colour. So that's another tip that you can use for your mindful blankets. So it's not just going to be one colour, it's going to be lots of interesting colours. And I've used moss stitch to create this blanket. This is the one I made for my crochet couch. It's obviously in my favourite colours of grey and pink. But it also has a little silver fleck in it. I think this yarn was from Hobbycraft in the UK if you are interested. I also put a little border around, but again, the border is as simple as it can be. It is just a single crochet, 2 or 3 rows of single crochet all the way around just to finish it off. So sticking with the pink and grey theme, as is my wont, this one is made with a velvet yarn using a wave stitch. And I believe I changed colours every 2 rows just to sort of get that nice change in colour, nice even stripe. So this is velvet yarn from Aldi in the UK. I don't know if they sell them in other countries. What I found with the Aldi yarn is they tend to put the colours together for you in a really nice way. So if we look at the squares I've got behind me here, this one we've got a pink and a grey and then a purple and a turquoise. They all came in one pack together. Then we've got the grey and the sort of tealy colour, so they came in a pack together. And then this set here with the green, the purple, sort of peachy colour, the grey colour and the yellow all came in a pack together. And they're actually quite cheap packs, you know, considering it's yarn and often you spend quite a bit of money. I think the packs are often under £10 of sort of, you know, 12 balls of yarn, which is pretty good really. So that's something else with the mindful blankets. I don't necessarily want to worry too much about the colours and the expense of the yarn. It's just something I'm doing that I want to do for my own well-being. So let's have a look at some other ones. So if you are travelling about, you may not want to be taking a big blanket with you, say if you're going on holiday, but you could do granny squares and then just keep your individual granny squares. And then you can put all your granny squares together to make a pixel blanket. So this one is of a fox. And if you have a look, I did a review on the book called Pixel Magic. So if you have a look at that book, then you can see some of the other designs that are in there. But really you can design anything you want to just using squares, as in pixels, and then you can make any blanket you want for any sort of character or shape that you would like to make. So sticking with the theme of grannies, this is my scrappy granny square blanket. I basically just started off with a granny square in the middle and then kept going and going and going until I ran out of my scrap yarn. And what I did with this one is carried a white yarn through with it so that every single colour would marry together, because sort of putting together, you know, a pink and a red and a yellow and, you know, all the sort of wacky colours that you end up with in your scrap bowl, this just sort of marries it all together and keeps it all looking neat. And then I put a white shell border around the edge. And I have a video for the shell border. I'll put some links in the description below for all the different stitches that I've used, so you can choose one to make your own mindful blanket. And this last one here, again, this was made with an Aldi yarn. It was one of their cakes. I quite liked it because it was in the sort of the yellow, blue and pink of the Concord Crochet colours. This was done with Alpine Stitch. So you get a really lovely texture, but again, it's only a couple of rows repeated pattern. And then I just did a simple, I think it's a half treble border and then a single crochet around the edge. That's in UK terms, obviously. And then when I came to the edges here, I put 3 stitches in each corner to go through, and then you work into those stitches going round, which is the same with most edges. You put sort of 3 in a corner so you can go around your corner and then carry on the straight edge. So for a mindful blanket, pick a stitch that you really like. Pick a yarn that's not too expensive, that it doesn't matter if it's wonky or doesn't look quite right. Obviously pick some colours that you like and just enjoy crocheting. You're doing this for you. You're not making something for anyone. There is no deadline for it. You just, whenever you fancy it, you just pick up your blanket and you crochet. And what could be more mindful than that? And I am on a mission to try and get ladies crocheting for the mental health benefits. So if you can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to, it is free. You can always unsubscribe if you decide you don't enjoy the videos. And please share it with your friends, anyone you think who might be wanting to start crocheting or who does crochet and would like some extra tips and tricks. Please send them our way. I popped 2 more videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!